we are being recorded. Okay, privacy policy, right. I'm going to leave it there. Now, where am I now? It says Microsoft Office Word. I don't know where my thing is going now. Okay. Hi, I'm back. Okay, listen, people. We have load shedding at the moment since 4 o'clock. I know it's going to come on at 6 o'clock or around 6 o'clock if we are still busy then. If I disappear, then you know I'll come back at some time. It just takes some time to come back because the moment the load shedding kicks in, then I kick out on my internet. But I must just connect again. Okay, is it okay if we start with the class because the other people can always catch up with the recording, which will be placed on Canvas? Is it okay with you, or do you think we should wait a while? Romeo, what do you think?
I think
Can we
what
go
would
on?
I think we could. Wow. Wait. Something is weird here. They say they are in another class, but okay,
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
bit
No,
too
we are
concerned right
three.
now.
Okay, we are three people that are doing the same class.
Makes a
They
lot of
had,
sense.
yes, they split it's myself and Dr. De Jager, and then it's Dr. Three people. But all three recordings will be placed on the on Canvas.
I then agree, Dr. Susan. I didn't want us to make a decision without the rest of the group, but if it's split in groups, then we were good to go.
Okay, you are fantastic. Thank you. Let's not waste time. I am going now to, you are going to hear my voice, but I'm going to the presentation now. I tried my best just to take out the core of the work and then a few general things that I want to ask you. But I know you people know Canvas, but I'll go there now quickly. Just tell me, can you see in the presentation? No, you won't see it now. I must say share first. Where is share? There is share. Sorry, it's a long time since I've worked on Teams. I normally work on Google. So I must remember what to do. Screen, oh, now it's waiting forever. Okay, screen, window, or tab. There you go. Must be in a window. Okay, people, I'm sharing. You should be able to see the presentation now. Or is it okay?
Yes, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, this is contact session one. I say to you, very, very welcome. It's nice to work with you people. Well, I don't know that yet, but I know that I am expecting to work very nice with you people because Henk told me that you are actually a fantastic group. So, yes, welcome. I just want to show you that the study material and the study guide, you have your study guides, I think, at this stage. Your textbook is David and David. I have pasted a picture of the book here. It's the old textbook. You people are going to work on the old textbook still because you started last year. Now, it came to our attention that the wrong textbook, Ehlers and Lazaby, that is for the new students, could have been delivered to you. The problem has been addressed. The textbook that you must use is David and David. It is that one with the arrows. So please, if you have the wrong textbook, I know Henk is working on sending you, making sure that you do receive the correct textbook. General information on Canvas. I know that you have experience on Canvas. Apparently, according to Henk, you worked on LDR 400 or 500, I'm not sure, but LDR leadership. So you have worked on Canvas, you know the system. There's just a few general requests from my side. Call it experience. I've been working on Canvas since 2020 when we started with Canvas. The first thing, if you don't have access when you log in, please contact IT or admin. The lecturers cannot add students or open Canvas for students and admin activity. Students so often ask me or tell me they can't log in, and then they ask me why that I must please put them onto Canvas. I can't. I refer them to admin. My consultation times Mondays to Fridays from 9 to 4. Please contact me via email. Your queries will be attended to within 24 hours. I clean my inbox every day if possible. Links to the recordings, it will be placed under live sessions. Please don't request me to send the links to personal email addresses. I'm not going to receive the link. Dr. De Jager is going to put everything on live sessions. So it won't even help if you ask me. More general information in the question and answer section, the Q&A on Canvas. Please don't ask me any personal matters here, only content-related questions. I get it. In the past, I had it. Students will, on the question and A section, tell me he has failed the subject, or he or she, why did she fail? It's a personal matter. It's got nothing to do with the content of the work. So please, if you have a personal matter to discuss with me, please contact me via email. For admin queries, go to contact us. All the numbers are there. The lecturers don't have access to marks or opening up of Canvas. I am now on 6. The assignment, it must be submitted on or before 28 February. I just checked my dates. I tried to check. I think I am correct here. You know that the system closes at 12. Now, if there is any unforeseen problem, please don't send the assignments to me or any other lecturer for that matter. We can't upload assignments onto Canvas, so it doesn't help to send it to me. Normally, if there is a problem like load shedding or what, they give you a email address where you can send your assignments to, or have your query answered, or whatever the case may be. Your lecturer can't help you. Then just after the assignments, the students ask me, now, when can I have the memo? Now, the memo of the assignment, it's called the TL3, Tutorial Letter 3. It will be placed on Canvas soon after the assignment. The exam info document, oh, that's another one. Just after the assignment, a day later, the students contact me and say, oh, when can I have the exam info? What must I prepare for? Please help me. Okay, you will receive an exam info document to know what to focus on in the meantime, that you can start preparing. It's placed with DTL3. And then in-depth guidelines on the assignment, I will discuss it in contact session 2. I think you have the dates already. I'm not sure. I have the dates already. The online test must be completed on the given dates. You know about the online tests. I think you've been through this already with your LDR, your leadership. Just for refreshing, it counts towards the semester mark with the assignment. The online test will be multiple choice questions for 20 marks. You have 2 chances to complete this online test. The best mark out of the 2 tests will count. Okay, and now you're going to ask me, if you are happy with your first test, must I do the second test? No. If you are happy and you have 100%, you don't have to do the second one. If you're happy with 50%, you don't have to do the second one. The questions will cover all the work in this module and not only sections. So please don't ask me to give you the sections that you must prepare. I don't know. The questions are on all the work in the module. You may use your study material when answering these questions, and then it is an individual assignment. Now, students in the past, when we started this multiple choice questions, thought that they can work together because 2 heads are better than 1, you know. And it didn't work because the questions differ for each student. There's not even 1 student who will get the same set of questions. So please, people, sit on your own and with your work and do your work, please, and do it yourself. The exam paper is scheduled for 16 March. It will be submitted online, I've heard. The problems that you experienced apparently with LDR, it is sorted out. It will be a 3-hour closed book session. In-depth exam guidelines will be given in the context session 3 on the 23rd of February. Then the assessment guidelines, just as a refresher for you, it is the same, I think, with LDR. The semester mark will be made up of the online test plus the assignment. The online test will count 30% and the assignment 70%. The exam counts 100 marks. The exams will be venue-based exam, 3-hour. Now, in your case, it's venue-based, I mean a sit-down exam without textbooks, without any material. So you have to study. More information on the types of questions and the mark allocation will be given in contact session 3. The semester mark will count 40% and the exam 60%. You must have an overall mark of 50% to pass the module. So in other words, if you have 40% in your semester, you must get 60% in your exam to pass with 50%. More information, if you need more information on your assessment guidelines, go to Canvas under About This Module. The assessment guidelines are uploaded there. Exit level outcomes for Management 400, you must be competent in. Demonstrate an in-depth understanding of strategic management. Do an evaluation of the internal and external environment of your organization, which of course is APSA. Be able to distinguish between and demonstrate knowledge of different management strategies and their application. Analyze a variety of strategies and choose strategies appropriate to context. Manage the implementation of strategies within a given context and review and control strategies using available methods and procedures. Now, where are we now? Now, I hope it is sorted out and that you have the correct Management 400 canvas, because in the beginning of January, I already placed the Management 400 study overview on David and David on Canvas. It contains a summary of the content of the textbook and study guide. So I think when you have time at 4 or 5 in the morning, please read it or look at it. Outline of the course, topic 1, nature of strategic management, chapters 1 and 3 in the textbook. Mission statement, mission and vision statement actually in chapter 5. External analysis, chapter 7. Internal assessment, chapter 6. Strategies in action, chapter 4. Strategy analysis and choice, chapter 8. Implementing strategies, chapter 10. Implementing strategies, it is because it's in topic 7 and 8, that is why the chapters differ. in your study guide, that topic 7 and 8. Topic 9 is strategy review, evaluation, and control. You will find that in your textbook, chapter 11. I just did this so that you know exactly where to find all the work if I say chapter 1 or chapter 2. Now, I'm not going to take hours and hours to explain everything. I'm just going to take out, I think, the core and why strategic management is important. It's impossible for me to go through the whole syllabus with you. And I know you are going to fall asleep within half an hour, maybe an hour. So let's do only the core. The term strategic management. Now, strategy means to plan. So this is planning by management. Now, it's not only management who are doing strategic planning. You do it every day. You are doing strategic planning management every day. You have your work. You will have to work on your schedules. You will have to handle customers. That is strategic management. There is a way to do it. There's a procedure to do it. So it's not only a plan of management. You also, as an employee, has to do strategic management planning every day. The purpose of strategic management, the most important reasons for APSA, in my opinion, is to keep your customers happy, sustainability. Because without your customers, you won't have an APSA for very long. And obviously to keep a competitive edge. Now, I know APSA, I've read in last week, I've read that APSA is still number one in Africa, in South Africa, actually. Then they gave, I can't remember what was the second or the third or the last one. But yes, you have the competitive edge at this stage, but you must keep the competitive edge. And that is why you must have strategic management strategies in place. And yes, what I've also read is that APSA is the most expensive in the, but I'm only joking. Yeah, to me, it's not important. What to me is important, you are very competitive. These are for me the two most important. There are many other benefits. In chapter 1, in your textbook, you will find it there. Then, yeah, I'm not going to. No, if I say to you, there are so many benefits, why do managers do not do strategic planning? Now, I think in APSA, and I'm not too sure, you can correct me if you want, but I think in APSA, it is from top management that are doing strategic planning. But I think every branch needs to do strategic planning. You can't only rely on top management for instructions. I think they must do strategic planning. That is what it's about, every branch. Now, if you have a manager that is not doing strategic planning, now think about it. The reasons could be poor reward structures. The employees feel they are not rewarded. Their efforts are not recognized. You can think whether it is applicable to you and your branch. Firefighting. This means internal crises are being resolved all the time. I think that could happen. Waste of time. I used the government department here. We can't do strategic planning because we're a government department. That's maybe why they're not working. Too expensive. It does take time, and time is money. But the rewards will be so much more if you do strategic planning. Laziness. Managers are too busy. And then they'll ask you, what is it worth anyway? Content with success. If it's successful, they ask you, why should we change? It's working like the way we are doing it. Fear of failure. What if it does not work? Because it costs money to do strategic planning and to implement it. They are scared they are going to lose the money. Overconfidence. We are the leader. No one can beat us. ABSA is the leader in the banking industry, but anybody can be beaten. Ask Elon Musk. Wow. Yeah, that's off the point. But I read the other day how many billions he lost within 2 days. Hey, shoo, I can't even write it down in paper. You most probably can because you are working with figures every day. Prior bad experience, strategies that have failed previously, and now they are scared. Self-interest, hidden agendas by some in managerial positions. We can also call this politics. Fear of the unknown, it will never work. Honest difference of opinion, stakeholders cannot agree on strategies to follow. That happens often. Suspicion, politics and blaming others for ineffective strategies. Okay, so I've given you a lot of reasons why managers, think of your branch, why they don't do strategic planning. Maybe some of this is applicable to you, maybe not. If not, I am very happy. Now, why do strategies fail? The main reasons, there are many more than these, but the main reasons I've taken out. Using strategic planning to gain control over decisions and resources. I don't know whether it's applicable to your branch. You can think whether it is. Failing to communicate the plan to employees. Those are one of the most, that's why I highlighted it. That is one of the most important reasons why strategies fail. You can't implement a strategy if you don't communicate the plan to the employees. If they don't know the plan, how can they follow the plan? Another one that is a very common mistake, a very common pitfall. Sorry, top management makes the decisions. I don't know whether this is applicable to ABSA. You will know top management makes the decisions and they give it down to the employees and the branches. You will do as I say. Okay. That will mean top managers don't actively support the strategic planning process because we all know if if you are coerced into something that you don't really want to do, you won't support it. Failing to use plans as a standard for measuring performance. Delegating planning to a planner rather than involving all managers. Now, people, strategic implementation involves all the employees, not only all the managers. Think about it. You people are the employees. You are the people working with the clients. You are the people knowing what your problems are. You are the people who should be involved in strategic planning. Failing to involve key employees in all phases of planning. I said as much. Failing to create a collaborative climate supportive of change. Viewing planning to be unnecessary or unimportant. Becoming so engrossed in current problems that insufficient or no planning is done. And then, ethical misconduct. Now, I give it to you with a question mark. Our government departments, we read in the police about no, let's take Eskom. ESCOM, they have this plan and this plan and this plan for the last 2, 3, 5 years. And what do we know? Ethical misconduct. Those plans are never implemented because there's never money for it. And if there's money for it, we don't really know where it goes. So, food for thought. Any ethical misconduct, people, strategies will fail. And that, by the way, is not in your textbook, not the last one. I know, I put it in myself because I know that it is very important. Then, where am I now? No, not there. Let me just go back. Let me see where I was. Main reasons why strategies fail. Now, okay, you will read a lot in your textbook on vision statements and mission statements. A vision statement tells you what you want to become. It's a short statement. A mission statement, what is our business? It explains more or less the reason for being. Now, APSA's vision, now I hope I have the correct one because I got it from the internet, and I know the internet is not always very reliable, but I got this and I hope it is the correct one. APSA's vision is to become the preeminent bank in South Africa. That is what they want for the future. I think they're half already there. They must stay there now. Then the mission is to put the customer at the center as well as to continuously innovate. Now, I also know I had a master student that did his master's on his mini dissertation on the banks in Windhoek. And interestingly, it came out that APSA actually is also the biggest one in Namibia, but they have the most innovative, I don't know what to call it, cell phone banking, I don't know what you call it, self-service over the internet. They have the most self-service, whatever you call it, and that apparently, that was one of his findings, that apparently makes the bank a very popular and the most popular bank in Namibia. Just a little bit of use it or don't use it information. I thought you would like to know. Then values, they form part of the mission statement. Now, APSA's values, only you will know whether this is what they value. The first one, we drive high performance to achieve sustainable results. Now, they break it down. They say, we are accountable for our results, we innovate, we are decisive, and we act quickly. We learn from our failures, and we are bold enough to change course. As I said, only you will know. We are obsessed with the customer. Now they expand on that one. We are curious and we anticipate customers' needs. We each take ownership of delivering the one APSA customer experience. We outperform by going beyond customer expectations. Now, this one you should know because you are the people working with the customer. Do you really anticipate customers' needs? Do you take ownership? You will know. Our people are our strength. Now, here APSA promises you. We integrate diverse perspectives to invent the future. I think this one could work. I think it's true. APSA is very diverse if I walk in there. We collaborate with courage, honesty, and powerful inner energy. No, organizational culture, yes, I do agree. We trust, value, and grow our employees to achieve their full potential. I don't think they are lying here because otherwise you won't be here. If they didn't do that, you wouldn't have been here. So they are giving their people opportunities and letting them study and working towards full potential. We have an African heartbeat. Now they explain, and I suppose that this is what African, African, well, I can't say the word, African nativity, I think, is ABSA. We deliver a uniquely ABSA experience across Africa. We co-create across Africa to provide better solutions. We actively engage with our communities to bring people's possibilities to life. I think this one is what they mean with Africanity. Yeah, I think that's the word. Okay, but you will know whether they are fulfilling their values, yeah, and whether you are fulfilling your values. Now, the next one. Now you can decide the characteristics of a good mission statement. Now, the mission statement, remember I said, is not only the formal mission statement, it's also the values. It forms part of the mission statement. It's broad in scope. It does not include monetary amounts, numbers, percentages, rates, ratios, or objectives. That is correct. It's broad in scope. There's no such things. Fewer than 150 words in length. It is. Remember, I just elaborated. If you go onto the website, you will only find the 4 main headings under the values. So it is fewer than 150 words. It's inspiring. It motivates readers into action. Well, I think so. If I had to be a new client and I read those, I will think, okay, sounds like a good bag. Let's go there. Identified the utilities of a company's products. Yes, they say they want to be the best bank. Reveals that the firm is socially responsible. I think they do. If I go back, they say we are accountable for our results. In other words, socially responsibility. It includes 9 components. Customers, that will be people in South Africa. Products or services, that will be your banking. Your markets, the whole of South Africa, everybody. Technology, they state there that they are innovative. Concern for survival, growth, profits. Now that's a difficult one. They say in the mission statement they want to grow, or is it in the vision statement? I can't remember. There's a certain philosophy, their philosophy in the values. It's all given. That's their philosophy. Self-concept, how they see themselves, like the best bank in Africa or South Africa then. Concern for public image. Yes, we take responsibility. Concern for employees. Yes, they give you opportunities. They say so. Reconciliatory. It arouses positive feelings and emotions about an organization. Well, am I, as a client, do I feel positive? Yeah, I do. Do I feel proud to be an ABSA client? Yes, I do. Did I ever had any problems the last, I think it's 28 years with ABSA? No, never. Effectively reconcile differences among and appeal to an organization's diverse stakeholders? Yes, I think everybody will be happy from your stakeholders on the JSE market and your customers, the employees. I think everybody is quite happy with ABSA. Enduring, in other words, your mission statement must last over years. It generates the impression that a firm is successful, has direction, and is worthy of time, support, and investment from all socio-economic groups of people. So if I look at the characteristics of a good mission statement, I can honestly say I think ABSA has a fantastic mission statement. It actually, all the requirements are being met for a good mission statement. Now, if we look at your organization, ABSA, external factors that have an effect on the organization. Now, there are 5 main external factors. I think all 5 of those do apply to ABSA. Economic. You people, if the rand drops, everything drops in the banking industry. Unemployment, that is another very important external factor. And at this stage in South Africa, the highest ever. Inflation, okay, at this stage, we keep our inflation quite low by, as you know, putting up the interest rates on our houses and whatever. I am really not an economist, and I'm really not very good at this, but I understand it. Social, cultural, demographic, and natural environment. Now, it has an impact on you. The social environment. The people are getting older. The young people must come in. You must make sure that you can attract the young people. Cultural. You must make sure that you talk to all cultures, not only one culture. Demographic. It must be in the whole of South Africa. Natural environment. KwaZulu-Natal, the floods. I'm sure it had a huge impact on the banking on all industry actually in KwaZulu-Natal. When was it? Last year sometime. Political, government, and legal forces. It has an impact on you. If the politics are going bad in South Africa, if there's any changes in the politics, you know that Pala scandal, when it came out, the rand dropped. It had an impact on you. Legal forces, legal acts for the industry, the banking industry, it can change within a few weeks. Technological forces, your big influence. You people have to stay on top of the technological environment. You must always think of new ideas, how to better your banking services, especially on cell phones. That is our future. People are using cell phones for nearly everything these days. I read the other day that they think that computers won't be with us for a very long time. Now, I don't know what's a very long time, maybe 20 years, I'm not sure. But they say computers, it's going to go off the market because the cell phone and tablets and other things are taking over the market. So I'm not too sure, but that's what I read. Competitive forces, you people know. The banking industry is one of the most competitive industry that you can get. Just think about it. Absa, Standard Bank, Nedbank, more. There are what at this stage 6 big banks, and people can switch anytime without a lot of cost. If you do something I don't like, I just move to another bank. It's as easy as that. Although sometimes I think if you have a lot of debt, then I think it will maybe be difficult. But people normally can switch very quickly, very easily. You may, please, people, you may differ from me, really, but we'll talk about it now. Internal factors, that is inside your organization. We're talking about organizational culture. Now, I use the picture here. It says more than anything. You know what, that thing of one picture says more than 1,000 words? This is not a workplace, it's a wow place. If your employees are happy, you have a wow workplace. If your people are not happy, then you struggle to implement strategies. Then, where am I now? Long-term objectives, 2 to 5 years. The results expected from pursuing certain strategies, the actions to be taken to accomplish long-term objectives. Now, you know what a long-term objective is. It is something that you want to achieve on the long run, in the long run. Now, the benefits, there's a lot of benefits. It provides direction, it allows for synergy, assisting evaluation, establish priorities, reduce uncertainty, minimize conflicts, aid in the allocation of resources and the design of jobs, provide a basis for consistent decision-making, a standard by which individuals and the organization can be evaluated. So long-term objectives, it is part of your strategic planning. You must have that. Then, page 22. Why do managers not set long-term objectives? Now, you will only know whether this is happening in your branch. Managing by extrapolation, managers that have the idea, the perception, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So they don't want to change anything. Managing by crisis. We all know this one. I also do that. Strategists must be able to solve problems. A manager's job is to solve daily crises, a reactive approach. So rather than manage by objective, they manage by crisis. I'm not saying crises don't happen. The best planning in the world won't prevent crisis. I mean, I know, and I try to be the best planner, but it doesn't work, not always. Managing by subjectives or mystery approach, we have this one. You have a manager and you actually never see him. If you ask his advice or her advice, they will say, do your own thing. You know how. Managing by hope, managers that believe that everything will work out the way it should. Okay, so long-term objective, it is important in strategic management. Okay, the next one. Now, we all know the SWOT analysis. We are talking here about strengths and weaknesses internally, and we talk about opportunities and threats externally. And I was thinking quite a lot about this one, but I never took the time to actually go and sit down and do a SWOT analysis on myself. And I think maybe I'm too old. But I think for young people, it could work. So maybe if you have time, try and work it out. Look at your strengths and weaknesses. You can do something about it. You can better them. And look at your opportunities and your threats. Now, the most important thing of a SWOT analysis, you must develop strategies. SO strategies. You use the organizations and, if you could yourself, internal strengths to take advantage of external opportunities. So, for example, if you are a person that is a good manager, you know you're a good manager, that's the strength of yours, then external opportunity could be to study further and become a doctor. WO strategies improve internal weaknesses by taking advantage of external opportunities. Yeah, you can also apply it to yourself. Everybody has internal weaknesses. We are just human beings. So say, for example, you are not a good manager. You can go and study and get information and change to be a good manager. You use the external opportunity and study further. ST strategies. Use the strengths to avoid or reduce the impact of external threats. Now, I was thinking threats as a person. We all know the threats to an organization. I mean, your threats, I think, is at this stage, I think, is your competitors. Those are your biggest threats at this stage, I think. maybe technology that moves so quickly. I'm not sure. But in any case, you know what your external threats are. As a person, threats are, a threat could maybe be that you don't have enough money to pay for studies. That is a threat. You'll have to overcome it. I don't know. As I said, I've never sat down and try and do a SWOT analysis on myself. WT strategies are defensive tactics directing at reducing internal weaknesses and avoiding external threats. Take note, strengths and weaknesses can be controlled. In other words, if you have strengths and weaknesses, if you have weaknesses in your inside, your branches inside APSA, you can change it. You can train the people. You can have new policies. There's a lot you can do. External, so that you control external, can be controlled, while external opportunities and threats can't be controlled. We cannot control the weather. We cannot control the politics. We cannot control a lot of things. What your competitors are doing, you can't control it. The only thing you can do is take note of it and try to avoid it, to avoid the external or minimize the impact. Where are we now? There. Now, we don't only have long-term strategies or long-term objectives, plans. We also have annual objectives. Those are your short-term objectives. Now, those are objectives for a year, for example. Now, I don't know whether APSA has targets to reach, whether they have targets such as we want to get 600 new clients within the next 6 months. The only thing I want you to take note of, overemphasis on achieving objectives can result in undesirable conduct, such as faking the numbers, distorting the records, and letting objectives become ends in themselves. If you are hammering on short-term objectives, people can start lying. As a manager, just remember this one. I think it's just good advice. Why is it important? It represents the basis for allocating resources. It's a primary mechanism for evaluating managers. The major instrument for monitoring progress towards achieving the long-term objectives. It establishes organizational, divisional, and departmental priorities. What do we focus on? It's essential for keeping a strategic plan on track. And I must keep my eye on whether I'm still connected the whole time on my internet. Now, policies. We all need policies. Those are the guidelines, the rules, the procedures, admin processes to support and encourage work towards your stated goals. If you don't have policies, you will have chaos. Allocation of resources. Now, resource allocation allows for strategy execution. In organizations that do not use a strategic management approach to decision making, resource allocation is often based on political or personal factors. We all know this one. The manager that's at the branch that screams the hardest, the loudest, the quickest, that is normally the person who gets the best resources. We know that one. And then it leads to conflict that you have to manage, because short-term objectives can lead to conflict. Conflict management must be managed for strategy implementation to be successful. Resistance to change. I don't have a lot. Please don't fall asleep there on the other side. I can't see you. I'm nearly done. Then we can talk if you like. Resistance to change may be the single greatest threat to successful strategy implementation. People often resist strategy implementation because they do not understand what is happening or why changes are taking place. Employees in this case may simply need accurate information. I remember a few years ago when they started, ABSA started with Africanacity. Yeah, I get it right now. I have a friend in the Cape Province, in the Western Cape. He's working for ABSA. He's still working for ABSA. There was a lot of resistance to change. The reason being, they didn't understand, they didn't have accurate information on why change was needed. Now, I think everybody accepts it. I don't think there's resistance to change on Africanacity now that everybody knows what it's about. Not that I really know, but you should know. Successful strategy implementation hinges on managers' ability to develop an organizational climate conducive to change. Very true. The organizational climate tells you how the people feel. Change must be viewed by managers and employees and as an opportunity for the firm to compete more effectively, rather than being seen as a threat to everyone's livelihood. Because we can't live without change. Everything changes constantly. You can't stay stagnant. Now, resistance, it must be stopped. In your textbook, they tell you what you need to do and so on. I'm not going to go into that. If you had management one, you should know exactly how to stop resistance to change, how to change resistance to change. It occurs if you don't do anything about it in the form of sabotaging production machines, absenteeism, filing unfounded grievances, and an unwillingness to cooperate. Now, we can take Eskom as an example, but I think it is not our focus at this stage. I'm done, the lecturer. Now, if I say the lecturer, it will be Henk de Jager. He will place announcements on Canvas regularly. We have access to, and I can place an announcement, but I won't. I leave it all to him. He is the kingpin here. Please ensure to read them, and then I say good luck with your studies. And that is it. I'm going to thank you, Donkey, and Cozy, that I can say. And I'm going to stop sharing. I'm tired of talking now. Now it's your turn. Let's go back. Um, okay, I'm back. Any questions? Nothing. Are you all asleep? Annie, still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No questions for me.
No, we just like this is the first one that we're doing now. I mean, with you.
Yes.
So we're just gonna go through and see how it's gonna be. And yeah, there is I see there is an assignment already on the canvas.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. So we have to go through that and just see. And yeah, hopefully we do get some tips closer to the time, but yeah, we'll see.
You will get a lot of tips closer to the time.
Oh,
I'm not
thank you.
sure of it. You will know exactly what I need.
Thank you.
Romeo, oh, sorry, Annie, did you want to say anything more?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. Romeo,
Yeah, thanks guys. And Dr. Susanna, I want to start working on what we discussed today. And I've basically been looking for the info. Most of it is what we have done before in the previous modules. But I thought I'd be able to just follow you in the textbook, because we got two. There's the strategic management, which is a bit thinner book, and then there's the one that you showed us now, the David and David strategic management, the thicker one. It was a little difficult to follow because I couldn't find some of the topics. And I'm going to go through the study guide also. just so that I don't get left behind. So that's just a bit of my concern.
Okay, let's talk about the textbook first. The one that I am working on is David and David.
Yeah.
If you received Ellis and Lassaby, that is the new textbook that is for the new students in Management 400. The new groups of APSA will go with Ehlers and Lazenby, the next lot. But
Mm,
you still come from last year, last semester. So we
yeah.
decided to keep it on David and David. So please use David and David. If you have a problem of locating some of the stuff, please, I'm here. Send me an email and I
Yeah.
will answer you.
Okay, okay. The first few things I did manage to get, the discussion around why do managers not do strategic planning, the benefits of strategic planning, the pitfalls, those I'm okay with. But the latter stuff, that's where I fell a bit off the wagon. When we were going into a more discussions about strategy and the SWOT analysis, it's things that I do know, but I was hoping to be able to locate them in the textbook.
In David and David, I'm not sure what the text page that the number of the page is, but there is a very good example in David and David. It
Yeah.
is under external analysis, I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but there is a very good example. It's a full page actually.
Yeah. Okay. No problem, doctor. I'll definitely find it. But
Ask me, please.
mm,
My email address is svanzweel@sbs.co.za.
that's it. I got it. Thank you. And thanks for the
All small
class.
letters.
Small letters, yes.
All small letters.
Okay.
Okay, neighbor Rose, your feelings.
Hi, Dr. Susan. I think you were very clear, and all is left is for us to go through the textbooks, prepare for the exam, work on the book together with the study guide, and yeah, I think we should be fine.
Okay, my office stands. You are welcome to contact me, svanzweel@sbs.co.za. So
Thank
if
you. We'll
they,
do that.
okay, are there any further questions? I will see you in the next contact sessions. There are 2 left. I will see you there and I will help as much as I can. I want you to all pass very well.
Sorry, doctor, one more thing. I see you were
Yes,
working off like a slide, those slides that you had. You
yes.
think is Ink going to send that to us? It's nice and condensed.
I am not too sure. I did the slides myself and I sent it to Henk and I sent it to Lofi.
Mm.
We are all working from the same slides.
Mm.
But I don't know. I can ask Henk. I'm making a note here.
Yeah, I know previously when Christo did the LDR 400, they sent us his slides and it really, really helped in the exams and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm making a
Yeah.
note here for Henk
Mm.
that he can put on any of the slides that, as I say, we're all working on the same slides.
Oh, lovely.
Mm.
Okay. I
Thanks for
made a
that,
note.
Ellie.
I'll ask him. Anything else?
Sorry,
Yes, Rose.
yeah, just before you go, I heard you said that the technical issue that we experienced with the leadership module has been fixed. Does this mean we're still continuing with because I am one of those who couldn't write actually. So
Okay.
are we still gonna be writing at the venue, or because
I,
our next exam is on the 7th? Do you
it
know?
is the 7th of February. Will that be LDR?
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. I spoke with Henk last night and he said everything is sorted out. So if you have any doubts, please ask Henk de Jager. You know him. Do you have his his email address?
But yeah, even the WhatsApp number.
Okay, all right. Please ask him if you have any doubts, but he told me pertinently yesterday that all the problems are sorted out, because that was one of my problems as well with Management 400.
All right, we'll do that.
Doctor, can you confirm that we're writing in a venue this time around?
I am not sure. Sorry, you'll have to ask Henk.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I don't know.
all is well.
Okay. Nothing further for me? I expect the power to come in on any moment, and then I'm off. So I'm not going to try and go in again. So if you people are happy, I am happy. Are you happy?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, then I
Thank
am
you.
going to say, okay, I'm going to say, go well, have a fantastic evening, and good luck with your studies.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Okay,
Bye.
dear, you can keep
Okay.
well, eh?
Okay, bye.
Bye.